Become a channel member and support the content. You also get access to exclusive videos. You'll get an emote next to your name in the comments. The link for that can be found next to the subscribe button or in the description. And beat the random lottery that is FIFA points by buying the coins direct from u7buy.com. Use code TVM at checkout for a 5% discount, or if you're a new customer, get 8% discount. The link is down below. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new player review, and those who watch the Road to Glory will know that I got this out of a 5k pack. He is unfortunately untradeable. I would say unfortunate, but then again, he's not really worth a crazy amount. I think right now he's going for, between 60 and 75k, which isn't terrible, but a decent looking card on paper. 3-star, not ideal, but not terrible. High attacking work rate, medium defensive, again not ideal, although it does depend on how you use your fullbacks. Most people, including myself this year, will use stay back while attacking, and they don't venture forward or too far forward with fullback. So high attacking work rate, low defensive, or medium defensive isn't great. However, you could still use him to your advantage, especially if you're playing maybe a bit more of an attacking style of football, or maybe you need that fullback to play in that, I think, that new 5 at the back trend that's going around. People are playing 5 at the back. They're using their wing backs essentially as wingers, so it kind of acts as if you are going 3 at the back when you're on an attack, and then obviously Dalot would slot into that left back spot in a 5 at the back formation. I haven't used it myself, so I don't know if it's that effective, but I've come up against it a few times. So people seem to think that it's decent. Speaking of decent, that's exactly the word I would use to describe the stats on Dalot. He is one of those sort of not bad, but not going to set the world alight kind of cards. You know, he's got relatively high pace, 87 acceleration, 89 sprint speed. When it comes to pace, I think in the 90s is where you want it to be. Few points underneath isn't terrible, and of course with a chem style you can bump that up to be almost 99 anyway, so it's not that big a deal. 88 shot power, if you do venture that far forward, you can maybe have a shot. Great shot power. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the long shots to boot. Short passing is 84, crossing is 86, which is good. 84 curve as well, which is nice. Do not take a free kick with him. 48, absolutely horrific. And of course his vision isn't the best at 76. The interesting thing about the passing stats are that 67 long passing, that's awful, but it's not that bad, and I'll tell you why when we get into the clips. The dribbling stats, mid-80s across the board. The defending stats are more or less mid-80s, or they do have 87 defensive awareness and 88 interceptions. And then you have pretty good physicals. I would like to have a little bit more in the way of stamina. He's only got 82. For a fullback with a high attacking work rate, realistically you want upwards of 90. Because he's just going to be making that many runs. I do have him on stay back while attacking, so any runs that he makes will be down to me. I will be telling him to make the run, whether it be a right stick nudge off the pass, or whether it be me telling him to go forward with L1. The way that I normally play my fullbacks would mean that the review would be very dull. It probably would have taken me 20 games to get enough clips to show you what he's all about, because I don't ever venture forward with my fullbacks. So I'm trying to play a style of FIFA that I don't normally play, and that is resulting in a few goals conceding that I wouldn't normally concede, potentially, because obviously I'm sending my fullbacks forward. But I'm going to try and be as honest as possible with you when it comes to Dalot from every angle. So whether you play stay back while attacking, whether you play a attacking fullback system, I'm going to give you the pros and cons. So in terms of using an attacking fullback system, whether it be in that 5 at the back formation where you go into essentially you play him as a winger more or less until you're defending, and then he drops back into that left back spot, he's pretty good going forward. I don't say he's very good, he's pretty good going forward. He can cross, and his crosses can be pretty decent. He feels a lot faster than his card would suggest. The one thing that really bugged me here or there, it was so up and down. It was very hit and miss. Sometimes his passing, like that, is inch perfect. It's weighted beautifully. It's gone in the right direction. And okay, fair enough. I've not taken advantage of it with Maradona there, but the passing can be good. Other times, the passing can be absolutely dreadful, like very overhit. Or underhit, or the position of the pass isn't very good and it just goes straight into your opponent's shins. But it's one of those where, you know, you could blame the game, I guess. and say, oh, well, I didn't aim there or whatever, but I'm trying to be as honest as I can be. And I noticed that sometimes you can play really good passes, and at other times it's a simple pass, and for whatever, like, that's a good pass. That's not a simple ball, because it could have been intercepted quite easily, but he's done well. And I don't think I'm going to show you too many passes where he hasn't succeeded. I showed you one a second ago. This one here is a bit of a hit and hope. It's not really gone the direction I wanted it to go in. Fortunately, Ronaldo wins the ball back, but it didn't really go in the direction I wanted it to go. It was a little bit of a blind hit, to be fair, so I'm not going to judge him too much on that. But you've seen a pass that was blocked by the defender, and that happens quite often. And there's another one, but he has another go, and he plays it simple. He's got very bad long passing. It's 67. Long passing isn't necessarily raking at 75 yards. Long passing can be anything more than a short pass, right? So, okay, that's a short pass there. This is a long pass. But look how, I wouldn't say look how accurate it is, because it is kind of veering off, going out of play, but there wasn't enough power on it to take it out of play. It turned out to be a very good ball. 67 long passing isn't that accurate of a stat. He has better long passing, in my opinion. It's just the consistency. You can't always rely on the balls up the line. Talked an awful lot about passing. He's not terrible when it comes to defending at all. He can definitely do it. There's another pass that just didn't really hit the mark. It's not really where I wanted it. It's not the power that I wanted it either, unfortunately. That's the main takeaway from this, though. He can do everything, realistically. I mean, okay, it would be nice if he had a better weak foot. And he is right-footed, of course, so playing balls down the line with the left foot is obviously going to come with a degree of weakness. I think if he were a right-back card, which he will be on Friday, then different story, because you've got a 3-star left-footed left-back, which makes sense, but because he's a right-back, because he's a left-back with a right foot, it's not ideal. The card is solid defensively. Anchor Chem style will boost up the stats to 93 stand tackle, 92 defensive awareness, and 92 slide tackle, with very good interceptions, as well as 92 strength and 93 aggression. He's also going to feel a little bit quicker. That's what I had on him, and he felt decent. He's solid. I wouldn't go as far as to say that I really enjoyed myself, and I wouldn't go as far as to say that you need to go pick up this card because it's fantastic. It's just one of those, if you pack him untradeable, you've got a decent, solid card. If you're in the market for a future stars and you can't really afford anything other than the Real Madrid goalkeeper or Dalot, it's not going to be a terrible player to put into your team. If you're a Man United fan and you want to try and do some sort of past and present, or you're an AC Milan fan and you just want the current defender, you know, the player who's just signed for your team who's doing quite well, then obviously pick him up, because it's not a terrible waste of money. He's going to do a job for you. The unfortunate thing about this, of course, is that there are plenty of fullbacks out there who are equal to him, if not better. Mendy, for example, and it's boring, but it's true. Mendy is just as good and has a better weak foot than Dalot. And it is a shame that EA haven't maybe made him a little bit better. You know, why not make these cards 87, 88 rated? It's not really going to affect anyone. But, I mean, he's solid. You're going to get a lot out of him for around 60,000 coins. It's not a bad card at all. Few sort of, you know, niggly points here or there that you can pick up on, but nothing major. It's relatively solid. I look forward to seeing if well, then again, yeah, when you get that right back version, he's going to be right footed. It'll be better suited. But if they made like a left footed version, then I don't know. It's a weird one. I don't really understand why they're doing the whole left back, right back thing, but it is what it is. Let me know what you think of the card in the comment section down below. If you have enjoyed this player review, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.